The Nintendo Switch library is massive, but we've done the hard work to bring you the must-play titles, the games that made us laugh, cry, and stay up way too late saying, just one more level. This video took a ton of time and effort to put together, researching, playing, and crafting the ultimate list. So if you're hyped to see the best of what the Switch has to offer, do me a favor, smash that like button and share this video with your fellow Nintendo fans. It really helps support the channel and lets me keep making awesome content like this for you. Number 50 kicks us off with a bang. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity is an action-packed hack-and-slash game developed by Omega Force and published by Nintendo, released on November 2020. The game is a prequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, set 100 years earlier, where players control characters like Link, Zelda, and others to battle against hordes of enemies and attempt to prevent the resurrection of Calamity Ganon. It combines the combat style of the Dynasty Warrior series with the rich lore of The Legend of Zelda. The gameplay focuses on intense battles and allows players to take control of various iconic characters, including the champions of Hyrule. It was well received for its engaging combat and storytelling, though some critiques were made about technical aspects like frame rates and camera issues. Despite this, it became a commercial success, selling millions of copies shortly after release and earning its place as one of the top-selling Nintendo Switch titles. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion is a high-definition remake of the original Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII, released in 2022. The game serves as a prequel to Final Fantasy VII, focusing on Zack Fair, a member of Shinra's elite soldier unit, who dreams of becoming a hero while uncovering mysteries about his colleagues and the organization. It blends action role-playing with an enhanced combat system and updated visuals, offering both veterans and new players an engaging narrative experience. This remake modernizes the graphics, re-records voice acting, and revamps gameplay mechanics for current consoles, making it a fresh way to explore the lore of the Final Fantasy VII universe.
Project G gave birth to the man we know as Genesis.
Project G.
Project Genesis.
Settle down, Zack the puppy. What do you know?
Shit'll lapdogs!
The Switch version of Skyrim, released on November 2017, offers the full experience of the critically acclaimed game along with its 3 major expansions: Dawnguard, Hearthfire, and Dragonborn. This version includes features tailored to the Switch, such as motion controls for combat and lockpicking, and amiibo compatibility, which unlocks exclusive items, including gear inspired by Nintendo franchises like The Legend of Zelda. The game runs smoothly on the system, making it possible to explore Skyrim's vast open world and engaging narrative on the go. With its seamless performance and portability, the Switch version of Skyrim introduces the classic role-playing experience to a wider audience while incorporating unique enhancements that appeal to both new players and longtime fans. Dragon Quest Builders 2 is an action-packed sandbox game developed by Omega Force and Square Enix. It combines RPG elements with creative construction gameplay, allowing players to gather materials and craft structures in an open-world environment. As the sequel to Dragon Quest Builders, it introduces features like underwater exploration, gliding, and a retro-style fast travel system. The game supports multiplayer modes for up to 4 players, enabling cooperative play online or via local wireless on certain platforms. Set after the events of Dragon Quest II, players control a customizable character working to rebuild and explore a world threatened by the Children of Hargon, a group determined to destroy creativity. The game was first released in Japan in December 2018 and worldwide in July 2019.
Even your own armor, not to mention weapons for you and your allies. But don't be afraid to die. Your gear, that is. There are plenty of colors, and it's always nice to build in style.
Star Ocean: The Second Story R is a 2023 remake of the classic RPG, featuring Claude, an officer from Earth, and Rena, a girl from the planet Expel. After an accident sends Claude to Expel, he joins Rena to investigate a meteorite that is causing disasters. Their adventure leads them to uncover a plot by the 10 Wise Men, who plan to use the meteorite to destroy the universe. The game features real-time combat, relationship mechanics that influence the story, and multiple endings. The remake includes updated graphics and refined gameplay, enhancing the original experience for new and returning players.
Wise Men make an appearance as part of the Salt Action Combat Support System. Uses superhuman powers of the 10 Wise Men to overcome high difficulty areas. What's more, new weapons have been added for each party character, alongside new armor and accessories. As far as how to obtain them, that's something we hope you'll discover for yourself.
Allow me to say, I'm honored to make your acquaintance.
New illustrations have been added to story events.
Katamari Damacy REROLL is a high-definition remake of the original Katamari Damacy game. The game retains the unique and quirky premise of rolling a sticky ball, known as the Katamari, to gather objects in increasingly larger sizes, from small items like thumbtacks to entire buildings and mountains. This is part of the prince's mission to restore stars and celestial bodies accidentally destroyed by his father, the king of all cosmos. With its distinctive art style, surreal humor, and addictive gameplay, REROLL revives the charm of the original, earning praise for its accessible mechanics and whimsical narrative. Its re-release introduces modern audiences to a beloved classic while enhancing graphics and controls. Overcooked All You Can Eat is a bundle of the cooperative cooking games Overcooked and Overcooked 2, enhanced with upgraded graphics, more content, and new features. Developed by Ghost Town Games and published by Team 17, it combines frantic gameplay where players work together to prepare, cook, and serve meals while managing chaotic kitchens filled with obstacles. The game offers single-player and multiplayer modes, including online crossplay. Players face increasing challenges as they complete unique levels and aim for high scores. This edition also includes additional levels and accessibility options, making it a comprehensive version of the series. Pokemon Legends Arceus is an action role-playing game developed by Game Freak and published by Nintendo and the Pokemon Company. It serves as a prequel to the mainline Pokemon Diamond and Pearl series, set in the ancient Hisui region, which later becomes known as Sinnoh. The game introduces a blend of exploration and Pokemon catching mechanics in a vast, open-world setting, focusing on the player's journey to create the region's first Pokédex. Unlike previous Pokemon games, the creatures are viewed as untamed forces rather than companions. Players interact with legendary Pokemon, including Arceus, while navigating challenges and uncovering the history of the region. Released in January 2022, the game was celebrated for its innovations and sold over 6.5 million copies in its first week.
Special balms have been created to calm them. Dodge powerful attacks and create opportunities to challenge it to Pokemon battles. Quell the noble Pokemon through various methods.
Dragon Ball FighterZ is a fast-paced 2D fighting game featuring characters from the Dragon Ball series. Players build teams of 3 fighters and engage in strategic, high-energy battles. The game includes a story mode with a new character, Android 21, and several combat arcs. There are various multiplayer options, such as ranked matches and a 3 versus 3 party mode. The game also includes iconic moments from the anime, like transformations and powerful attacks, along with features like collecting Dragon Balls for special in-combat wishes. The roster includes both base and downloadable characters, offering plenty of options for players.
In addition, utilize the new system, Simplified Controls. You will be able to unleash deadly combos without having to use advanced combo commands. High-quality epic battles on large screens. Bring your Switch outside and battle anywhere. Split your Joy-Cons for casual multiplayer battles. Also, if each player brings their Joy...
Sonic X Shadow Generations is a 3D platform game released in October 2024 as a combination of a remaster of Sonic Generations and a new story centered around Shadow the Hedgehog. The game features a unique storyline where Shadow is the main character, tasked with saving the world while uncovering mysterious events linked to his past. The game has two main modes: the original Sonic Generations content and the new Shadow Generations mode, where players control Shadow through new levels inspired by past Sonic games. In Shadow Generations, Shadow has new abilities called Doom Powers, which are essential to progress in some areas. Octopath Traveler 2 is a turn-based role-playing game developed by Square Enix. It is a direct sequel to Octopath Traveler and features the same unique HD 2D art style, blending pixel art with 3D environments. The game follows 8 different characters, each with their own storyline, set in a fantasy world filled with various regions and cultures. Players can explore these stories in any order, and each character has special abilities that can be used during their journey, providing a mix of combat and exploration. Octopath Traveler 2 builds on the mechanics of the first game while adding new features, including an expanded job system and refined gameplay mechanics.
Somewhere, someone cries out for aid.
Let's get on with it, shall we?
What does it mean to play a role in a vast world of adventure? The places you go, the deeds you do, the tales whose hero you become. Every road is yours to take. Octopath Traveler 2, February 24th, 2023.
Diablo 3 Eternal Collection is an action role-playing game that includes the main Diablo 3 game, the Reaper of Souls expansion, and the Rise of the Necromancer pack all bundled together. The game focuses on players fighting through hordes of enemies while exploring dungeons and collecting loot. It introduces a variety of characters, with the Necromancer class offering unique abilities related to death magic. The Reaper of Souls expansion adds a new storyline, features like the Crusader class, and the Adventure mode, which lets players freely explore the world and complete random challenges. Players can play solo or with others in both online and local multiplayer modes. The game received positive reviews for its gameplay, with critics praising the added content but mentioning that the Necromancer DLC's price could be a downside. Dave the Diver is an action-adventure game that blends fishing, puzzle-solving, and managing a sushi restaurant. Players take on the role of Dave, a diver who spends his days exploring underwater environments and catching fish while running a sushi shop at night. The game combines elements of role-playing and simulation as Dave interacts with various characters, completes tasks, and uncovers secrets about a mysterious underwater area called the Blue Hole. Along the way, players must also handle challenges such as earthquakes and other underwater dangers. The game is known for its pixel art style and was first released in 2023 for PC, with the Nintendo Switch version arriving later that year. Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp is a strategy game that remakes the first two Advance Wars titles, originally released for the Game Boy Advance. It features turn-based combat where players control military units across different maps to defeat opponents. Players can engage in story campaigns, as well as multiplayer battles, either locally or online, and create custom maps. The game includes a modernized aesthetic, updating the graphics and sound from the original games. It also offers fresh content, with improvements like a more polished interface and smoother gameplay. Despite delays in its release, Reboot Camp has been well received for its engaging strategy mechanics and nostalgia-driven appeal.
Including the Design Room. Here, you can create custom maps and share them online or through a local wireless connection. You can also pay a visit to the local commissary called Hachi Shop. The Orange Star Army's local chatterbox Hachi is ready and willing to separate you from your in-game coins in exchange for additional battle maps, COs who can be used in the War Room and multiplayer modes.
SteamWorld Dig 2 is an action-adventure game set in a world where robots explore mines to gather valuable resources. In this game, players take on the role of Dorothy, a robot tasked with solving various mysteries while navigating a complex underground environment. The gameplay revolves around digging through the earth, uncovering hidden treasures, and battling enemies. Throughout the journey, Dorothy interacts with various characters, including Rusty and Rosie, while uncovering dark secrets about the machines causing earthquakes. The game features challenging puzzles, upgrades, and new abilities to help Dorothy navigate deeper into the mines. Neon White is a fast-paced first-person shooter that mixes action with puzzle elements. Players control White, a soul sent to heaven to hunt down demons, using cards as weapons. The game is designed around speedrunning, where players race through levels, finding shortcuts and optimizing their moves to achieve the best times. Each card has a unique ability, and using them strategically is key to completing levels efficiently. The game combines intense action with a unique card-based system that challenges players to solve puzzles while shooting and jumping through levels. The story explores themes of redemption, with characters having complex relationships and pasts that influence the narrative.
You can see I earned some insight, which unlocks a few new features for this level. Not bad, but let's see what it looks like if we play our cards right. Piece of cake. Nah, I practiced. Top medals improve your neon rank, which unlocks even more missions. It also earns more insight, which reveals hints for shortcuts and a hidden collectible in every level.
Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury is a game that combines two distinct adventures. The first, Super Mario 3D World, is a re-release of the 2013 Wii U game, offering updated graphics and multiplayer enhancements. Players can control Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, and Toad as they navigate through different levels, collecting green stars and avoiding Bowser's traps. The game introduces the unique cat suit, which lets players climb walls and attack enemies in new ways. The second part of the game, Bowser's Fury, features a more open-world structure where Mario teams up with Bowser Jr. to stop Fury Bowser, a form of Bowser corrupted by black sludge.
Bowser. Overcome with fury, he becomes the gigantic Fury Bowser. His falling spikes will change the terrain. His mighty attacks will keep you guessing, and there's nowhere to hide. But no one can stay mad forever.
Dead Cells is a 2D action platformer and roguelike game developed by Motion Twin. It features procedurally generated levels, where players control a character called the Prisoner, who must fight through various enemies and bosses to escape. The game mixes combat and exploration, with the Prisoner using a variety of weapons and skills to overcome obstacles. Each run is different due to the randomly generated stages, and if the player dies, they must start over, though they can keep some progress to enhance future runs. The game is known for its challenging difficulty, fluid combat system, and rewarding progression. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is a remastered version of the 2010 action role-playing game that originally launched on the Nintendo Wii. The game is set in a world where two massive titans, the Bionis and Mechanus, serve as the main settings. Players follow Shulk, the protagonist, who embarks on a journey to avenge the destruction of his home and discover the mysteries behind a powerful weapon known as the Monado. Alongside a diverse group of characters, Shulk explores vast environments, battling enemies, and uncovering the truth about the Titans and their world. The Definitive Edition enhances the original with improved graphics, additional content, and quality-of-life improvements, making it more accessible and enjoyable for both new players and fans of the original game.
Be rewarded for it. Whether the horizon is sweeping you off your feet, dusk is settling upon you, or the heat of battle rages, the music and art shine through like never before.
Luigi's Mansion 3 follows Luigi as he ventures into a haunted hotel to rescue his friends, who have been captured by ghosts. Using a special vacuum called the Poltergust G00, Luigi battles various ghosts while solving puzzles. A new feature is Gooigi, a slime version of Luigi that can be controlled to assist in puzzles. The hotel is divided into different themed floors, each with unique challenges. The game also features cooperative multiplayer, where two players can work together, with one controlling Luigi and the other controlling Gooigi. There are additional game modes, including a multiplayer mode where players can team up or compete in various challenges.
Ah, the slam. Any ghosts you happen to be vacuuming can also be slammed for extra damage. Slam one ghost into another to help them move on. What joy, the suction shot. Simply aim and fire to latch onto a target. You'll make mincemeat of furniture, doors, and enemy shields.
No Man's Sky is an expansive, procedurally generated space exploration game where players can travel across a vast universe. Each planet is unique, with varying ecosystems and creatures, which players can discover and document. The game features building, exploration, and combat as players gather resources, upgrade ships, and interact with alien life forms. The Switch version includes several updates, such as improved graphics, new gameplay modes, and customizable systems for saving progress and managing inventory. With its endless possibilities, No Man's Sky offers an immersive, dynamic experience on the Nintendo Switch.
Component repaired.
Astral Chain is an action game developed by Platinum Games and released for the Nintendo Switch in 2019. The game follows a futuristic setting where players control a special police force that fights mysterious creatures called chimeras. The main characters are twin siblings who partner with sentient, weaponized creatures known as legions to tackle the threats. The gameplay focuses on using both the character and their legion simultaneously, creating unique combat strategies. The game features a mix of action, exploration, and puzzle solving, with a distinct visual style influenced by anime and cyberpunk aesthetics. Directed by Takahisa Tora, Astral Chain combines fast-paced combat with a deep storyline, showcasing Platinum Games' expertise in action game design.
Oh, wow. He's taking me down. All right, let me do this and then get some heals.
Good idea.
Nice.
あと今こう警察官が敵になってしまってるんですけども、これがさっきお伝えしたレッドマターだったりキメラの影響によって人間が変異してしまっている状態ですね。
And you may have seen right now on the combat field that
Into the Breach is a turn-based strategy game where players control squads of mechs to defend cities from giant monsters called the Vek. Set in a future where players can travel back in time to fix mistakes, the game challenges players to use tactical combat and carefully plan moves, as the environment plays a key role in battles. Known for its difficulty and replayability, it features different mech squads, each with unique abilities. The game has been praised for its deep strategic gameplay and pixel art style. Fire Emblem Three Houses is a strategy RPG set in the continent of Fodlan, which is divided into 3 regions: the Adrestian Empire, the Holy Kingdom of Fergus, and the Leicester Alliance. Players control Byleth, a former mercenary turned professor at the Garreg Mach Monastery. This monastery is central to the game and home to the Officers' Academy, where players choose to lead one of 3 student houses: the Black Eagles, Blue Lions, or Golden Deer. Each house is associated with one of Fodlan's regions and features its own unique characters and storyline paths. The game blends tactical turn-based combat with life simulation elements, such as building relationships, teaching skills, and managing resources. Its story explores themes of power, loyalty, and the consequences of war, with decisions having significant impacts on character development and the overarching narrative. Pikmin 4 is an action strategy game where players control a small group of creatures called Pikmin to explore and solve puzzles. In this installment, the player, along with a new character called Ochi, navigates an unfamiliar planet. Ochi is a helpful companion, capable of tasks like carrying objects, breaking structures, and even swimming, making him a core part of the gameplay. Players manage Pikmin to complete tasks, fight enemies, and collect resources, using Ochi's abilities to streamline tasks and assist in overcoming obstacles. The game emphasizes teamwork and strategic planning, and it offers a mix of exploration, combat, and puzzle solving.
Use it to fix the spaceship's radar, opening up more areas to explore. You can even go beneath the planet's surface. Let's dive underground. Whoa, there's an entirely different world down here. You'll find strange contraptions, peculiar wildlife, and even more treasures.
Super Mario Maker 2 is a platformer that allows players to design and share their own Mario levels. Released in 2019, it builds on the success of its predecessor with new features like slopes, new enemies, and a story mode where players help Mario and friends rebuild Princess Peach's castle. Players can create their own courses and share them online, but a Nintendo Switch online subscription is required to upload and access others' creations. The game also includes multiplayer modes, though the online play was critiqued for occasional lag. Super Mario Maker 2 offers a fun way to create and enjoy user-generated content with a wide range of tools and styles.
At your disposal, the courses you create will instantly stand apart from courses made in the other game styles. These clear pipes can be placed in any shape you like. Be careful though, enemies will make use of them as well. The exclamation mark block extends when hit. Ground pound to expand it faster. The Piranha Creeper will extend wherever you draw. The Bonsai Bill from Super Mario 3D World can actually fly toward the screen.
The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom is an action-adventure game in the Zelda series, featuring Princess Zelda as the main playable character. In this game, Zelda embarks on a journey to save Hyrule after her ally, Link, disappears into a mysterious rift. Using the Tri's magical staff, Zelda can create echoes that replicate objects to aid in solving puzzles and exploring the world. Players can also synchronize objects to move them in tandem with Zelda. The game features a similar visual style to Link's Awakening game and introduces new mechanics focused on Zelda's abilities. This title marks the first mainline Zelda game where Princess Zelda is the central playable character, offering a fresh twist on the franchise.
Alternatively, you can use reverse bond on a moving object to follow its path. Whether you're moving an object or moving with one, you're bound to come up with all sorts of ideas if you let your imagination run wild. Zelda can also take on sword fighter form, allowing her to forge ahead when the path is blocked, strike down enemies, or battle.
Monster Hunter Rise is an action RPG where players hunt massive monsters in a vibrant world inspired by Japanese culture. Players control customizable hunters to track, trap, and battle creatures in cooperative or solo play. The game introduces several new features, including a wire bug that allows players to swing around the environment and enhanced mobility. There is also a new multiplayer mode called Rampage, where players defend a village against waves of monsters. The game received positive reviews for its gameplay improvements, such as shorter missions and better accessibility for newcomers. However, it also faced some technical issues, like frame rate drops during intense battles.
Here we go! Take this!
Have a taste of this!
I sense something odious.
The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles includes 2 games from the series, Adventures and Resolve. Set in 19th century Japan and England, players take on the role of Ryunosuke Naruhodo, a young defense lawyer as he works to solve complex cases alongside his partner Susato Mikotoba. The games blend courtroom drama and investigative gameplay, with players collecting evidence, questioning witnesses, and uncovering hidden truths. The game introduces new mechanics, like the dance of deduction and the ability to challenge witnesses' testimonies with more direct actions. The series is known for its witty dialogue, dramatic courtroom moments, and challenging puzzles, with a focus on storytelling and character development.
Ryunosuke Naruhodo, as a lawyer and as a friend. A Japanese man's katana is his soul. This blade shows me where I need to go, and cuts down anything that's in my way.
The tea's brewed, and I have some freshly baked biscuits as well. Iris Wilson is proud to present her logic and reasoning spectacular.
Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance is an enhanced version of the original Shin Megami Tensei 5, released in 2024. This role-playing game continues the dark, apocalyptic storyline where players assume the role of a character caught between competing factions of demons and gods. Players navigate a world torn apart by supernatural conflicts, making choices that influence the fate of humanity. The game builds upon its predecessor's turn-based combat system, offering deeper strategy, more complex demon interactions, and new story elements. It was launched across several platforms, including Nintendo Switch, and received positive reception for its compelling narrative and tactical depth. Sea of Stars is a role-playing game which takes place in the same universe as The Messenger, a previous title by the studio, and combines classic turn-based combat with puzzle-solving elements. Inspired by iconic RPGs like Chrono Trigger and Illusion of Gaia, the game features pixel art visuals, an engaging story, and music contributions from renowned composer Yasunori Mitsuda. Despite being available on subscription services like Xbox Game Pass and PlayStation Plus at launch, it sold over 100,000 copies on its first day and received widespread critical acclaim, earning awards for Best Indie Game. It continues to captivate players, with over 6 million users reported by November 2024. Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition is a tactical role-playing game set in the world of Rivellon, where players control a character known as a sorcerer who is being pursued by a religious order called the Divine Order. The player can customize their character from various races, abilities, and backgrounds. The story centers on the character's journey to gain powers and stop a supernatural threat. The game features turn-based combat, a detailed story with branching choices, and multiplayer modes, where players can work together or compete against each other. It was funded through a successful Kickstarter campaign, which helped the developers make key decisions based on community feedback. Metroid Dread is an action-adventure game continuing the story of bounty hunter Samus Aran as she explores the dangerous planet ZDR. The game features stealth mechanics, where Samus must avoid deadly robotic enemies by using strategies like hiding, reducing noise, or activating a temporary cloaking ability called Phantom Cloak. If caught, players have a slim chance to counter, but failure results in death and a restart from the last save point. With its challenging gameplay, atmospheric exploration, and intense boss battles, Metroid Dread received widespread praise, earning accolades such as the Best Action-Adventure Game at the Game Awards 2021 and becoming the best-selling title in the Metroid series, with over 2.9 million copies sold by May 2022.
With each ability you uncover as Samus, your exploratory options will expand. Eventually, the whole planet will open up and be yours to explore at will. The abilities you gain can also be used in combat against enemies, making them versatile in a number of situations.
Dragon Quest XI's Echoes of an Elusive Age Definitive Edition is an enhanced version of the critically acclaimed JRPG. The game continues the Dragon Quest series' signature style, featuring turn-based combat and an epic story set in the world of Erdrea. Players control the Luminary, a hero chosen by the World Tree Yggdrasil to save the land from darkness. This edition includes additional content like new character stories, an orchestrated soundtrack, and a retro 2D graphics mode, blending nostalgia with modern gameplay. Originally released for the Nintendo Switch, the Definitive Edition later launched on other platforms and became a beloved title for fans of traditional RPGs.
Race through fields, knock back enemies, and uncover pathways to other areas. In battle, party members will let out a battle cry. You can choose between English audio and Japanese.
Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door is a role-playing game originally released for the GameCube in 2004 and remade for the Nintendo Switch in 2024. The game is set in the lively hub town of Rogueport, where Mario embarks on a quest to collect 7 crystal stars to unlock a mysterious ancient door. Along the way, he encounters quirky allies and villains, including the X-Nauts, who have kidnapped Princess Peach. The combat features turn-based battles on a stage-like setup, where audience reactions can impact gameplay by helping or hindering Mario. The Switch version introduces improved graphics, new features like secret bosses, a fast travel system, and updated localization, preserving the charm of the original while modernizing it for new audiences. Persona 4 Golden is a role-playing game where players control a young protagonist who moves to the town of Inaba and gets caught up in a series of mysterious murders. Along with his friends, he enters a world inside televisions to battle dark creatures using their powers, known as personas. The game combines daily life simulation, dungeon exploration, and combat, with relationship-building elements that influence the story. The updated Golden version adds new characters, events, and features, and was released for platforms including the Nintendo Switch.
What was that? Marie-chan's power to absorb the fog is going crazy. Careful, Senpai. She's sucking up everything.
Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown is an action-adventure game developed by Ubisoft Montpellier, blending fast-paced side-scrolling gameplay with elements inspired by Metroidvania titles. Players control Sargon, a young warrior from the Immortals clan, on a mission to rescue Prince Ghassan from the cursed Mount Koth. The game features acrobatic combat, dual-wielding swords, and time-based abilities such as marking checkpoints or advancing through time. Its interconnected world includes puzzles and hidden secrets, with upgrades available through in-game resources. Set to modernize the franchise, it incorporates Persian mythology and offers a fresh visual style influenced by contemporary culture.
By anger, he constantly puts his life on the line to perform devastating attacks. Time powers are back. But this time,
what the hell was that?
Not only in your hands. To face such a challenge.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is a popular racing game that launched on the Nintendo Switch in 2017. It features characters from the Mario series who race on various tracks while using power-ups to gain an advantage or hinder their opponents. The game includes new features like anti-gravity sections, where players can drive on walls and ceilings. It also allows for more customization of vehicles and adds new items like the boomerang and feather. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has a larger roster of characters and tracks than the original, with 48 tracks available through updates. It offers both local and online multiplayer options for up to 12 players. This game received critical acclaim for its improvements over the original and its extensive content. Unicorn Overlord is a tactical simulation RPG developed by Vanillaware, known for its deep strategy elements and rich world building. The game revolves around the protagonist, Alain, who leads a rebellion to reclaim his kingdom, Cornea, after it was overthrown by the Empire of Zenuera. Players engage in real-time battles where they command a group of units to achieve victory, making use of a variety of tactics and special abilities. The game features over 70 unique characters, many of whom can be recruited through quests and choices. As players progress, they gather resources to restore towns and gain fame, unlocking new abilities and units.
Does this suit you?
I shall protect you! You'll see no harm! We shall see our duty through!
I trust you! Up, sir!
Go.
Stardew Valley is a farming simulation game where players inherit a farm and must restore it by planting crops, raising animals, and engaging in activities like fishing, mining, and combat. You build relationships with other characters, with the option for friendships and romance. The game features seasonal changes, resource management, and exploration of local caves. Developed by Eric Barone, Stardew Valley draws inspiration from the Harvest Moon series and became a major success due to its depth, charm, and open-ended gameplay. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is a popular fighting game developed by Sora and Bandai Namco Studios and published by Nintendo. Released on December 7, 2018, the game is a celebration of gaming history, featuring every character from previous titles in the series, alongside new additions like Inkling from Splatoon, Ridley from Metroid, and Isabelle from Animal Crossing. It includes over 100 stages, nearly 900 music tracks, and supports various controller types, including the Nintendo GameCube controller. Players can switch between stages mid-battle and experience unique gameplay mechanics like Echo Fighters, which are variants of existing characters. Its expansive roster and features have made it one of the most comprehensive entries in the series. Ori and the Will of the Wisps serves as a sequel to Ori and the Blind Forest. The game focuses on the journey of Ori, a guardian spirit, as they explore a vast, interconnected world beyond the Forest of Nibel. The gameplay combines fluid platforming, exploration, and combat mechanics, with a shard system that allows players to customize abilities, replacing the upgrade system from the original game. Players must solve puzzles and overcome challenges while uncovering Ori's destiny and restoring balance to the world. Renowned for its stunning art, emotional storytelling, and a beautiful musical score by Gareth Coker, the game received widespread acclaim and became a standout title for fans of the Metroidvania genre. Animal Crossing New Horizons is the 5th main installment in the series and introduces players to life on a customizable deserted island. Players can collect resources to craft tools and furniture, modify the landscape, and develop their island into a thriving community. Featuring real-time gameplay, seasons correspond to the northern or southern hemisphere based on the player's choice. The game supports both local and online multiplayer, allowing collaboration among players. Its immense success is partly attributed to the social isolation period during the COVID-19 pandemic, quickly becoming one of the best-selling Switch titles. Post-launch updates have introduced new events and features, including a major paid DLC, Happy Home Paradise, which allows players to design vacation homes on a separate island.
You'd be amazed how much there is to discover when you explore your island. Now, I wouldn't say you live in the sticks, but there sure are lots of them. So collect them, and anything else that may fall from the trees. There's also a lot to create and customize, from clothing to wallpaper and flooring.
Hades is a roguelike dungeon crawler set in a world inspired by Greek mythology. Players take on the role of Zagreus, the son of Hades, who seeks to escape the underworld and uncover his true origins. As Zagreus battles through different regions like Tartarus and Elysium, he receives help from Olympian who grant him unique powers. The game's narrative evolves through repeated attempts, blending fast-paced combat with deep character interactions. Known for its stunning art, engaging storytelling, and replayability, Hades has received critical acclaim and numerous awards, including the prestigious Hugo Award, making it a standout title in modern gaming.
Night to give me strength. You must have seen by now how all the chambers seem to rearrange themselves. It has been fashioned to prevent escape.
Persona 5 Royal is an enhanced version of the role-playing game Persona 5 developed by Atlus. Set in modern Tokyo, the game follows a high school student who, along with a group of friends, discovers the power to summon personas, manifestations of their inner psyche. Together, they form the Phantom Thieves, a group dedicated to confronting societal corruption by entering a parallel world called the Metaverse. The gameplay combines turn-based combat with social simulation elements, where players build relationships and manage their daily lives while improving their combat abilities. Persona 5 Royal expands the original story with new characters, areas, and events, and adds enhancements like additional personas, an extended narrative, and improved mechanics.
Persona Captain Kid! Come! There!
Witness my resolve! Not finish you!
Metroid Prime Remastered revisits the original Metroid Prime game with enhanced visuals, modernized controls, and updated audio while retaining its iconic gameplay. Set between the events of Metroid and Metroid 2 Return of Samus, the game follows Samus Aran as she explores the planet Talon 4, which has been corrupted by a substance called Phazon. Players engage in first-person exploration and combat, using a variety of upgrades and abilities to unlock new areas and defeat enemies, including mutated creatures and space pirates. The remastered version brings improved graphics, dual-stick controls, and accessibility options, making it a standout revival for both fans of the original and new players alike.
Opening up even more avenues of exploration across Talon 4. New to the remastered version of the game are dual-stick controls that independently operate your movement and camera. You can also select controls that mimic those of the original release, or a control scheme that makes use of motion controls, among other options.
Super Mario Bros. Wonder is the first traditional 2D Mario platformer since New Super Mario Bros. U in 2012. Set in the Flower Kingdom, the game introduces new power-ups, including one that transforms characters into elephants and others that allow for bubble blowing or ground digging. Players can choose from several characters, including Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Toads, and Yoshi's, as they navigate through levels, avoid enemies, and collect Wonder Seeds. The game features the Wonder Flower, which dramatically alters levels with effects like animated pipes or unique challenges. Developed with a focus on mystery and surprises, Wonder was a commercial success, becoming the fastest-selling Super Mario game with over 11 million copies sold by the end of 2023. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is set in a massive open world. The game follows Link, who awakens after a century of slumber with no memory, tasked with defeating Calamity Ganon and saving Hyrule. The game emphasizes exploration and freedom, allowing players to tackle objectives in any order while interacting with a realistic physics-based environment. Key mechanics include survival elements, such as cooking for health and weather resistance, and a system where weapons and shields degrade over time. Widely acclaimed for its innovative gameplay and design, it earned multiple Game of the Year awards and is considered one of the greatest games of all time. Super Mario Odyssey follows Mario and a magical hat named Cappy as they journey across diverse kingdoms aboard a flying ship, the Odyssey, to stop Bowser from marrying Princess Peach. Players explore vast worlds, collect power moons to unlock new areas, and use Cappy to take control of enemies and objects, adding unique gameplay mechanics. Drawing inspiration from Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine, the game emphasizes exploration and creativity. Its colorful design, innovative features, and engaging soundtrack, including the iconic Jump Up Superstar, Zrenia earned widespread acclaim and established it as one of the best-selling and most beloved Switch titles, with over 28 million copies sold by mid-2024. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is a direct sequel to Breath of the Wild, created after the development team realized they had too many ideas for DLC to the original game. Directed by Hidemaru Fujibayashi and produced by Eiji Aonuma, the game expands upon the open-world mechanics of its predecessor by introducing floating islands, underground exploration, and seamless transitions between sky and land. New gameplay features like crafting, device building, and unique dungeons encourage creativity while retaining the classic Zelda feel. The game builds a deeper and more interconnected world, while continuing the story of Link and Zelda as they face the resurrected Ganondorf and a new Calamity threatening Hyrule. Which games on this list have you played, and what did you think of them? Let us know in the comments below.
Okay everyone, thanks so much for watching. If you liked that video, please leave a like and subscribe, and ring the bell if you want to get notified when we release new content. We hope to see you in the next video.